On windy days, you can take shelter in this nice little brick building that's one of the last remaining structures on the site. But just before you get to that brick structure, did you notice the foundations of another building beside it? This is the first aid station. If there'd been an accident down below, this would be where the men would have been brought up to wait for ambulances and doctors. This is where they would have had their first treatment. You can still work out the layout of the rooms inside. It's not very big, but if you stand in what would have been the doorway, you can see what could have been a little office on your right-hand side. That's where the doctor would have had his office. Then you walk into the larger floor plan. That would have been a small ward, perhaps room for 4 beds. And then you can see a hole far off in the left-hand corner. That would have been the toilet.
We all had different accidents or one thing or another. Some just really bad finger accidents or leg accidents or whatever. But others more serious accidents, which he'll tell you more about now in a minute.
I think Alan was about the worst.
Yeah. There had been an earthquake or whatever years ago, and I don't know whether you've ever seen it. The coal have moved up a yard, or sometimes it was more, sometimes it was less, or whatever. Where it had moved, it was slippery. So when I went in there to charge the head in, the front slid off and slid towards me. And I had a lump of stone. Mind you, I was unconscious at the time, but I can only see what other people told me. Moggy told me, he said, a stone on me, a few ton was on me, and I smashed both my legs and my ankles. I broke my one leg in 9 places. I don't know if the other one wasn't so bad, but I smashed both my ankles up. Well, the upshot was I was in hospital for over 2 months. You know, so you can tell, and he didn't keep away for nothing. But and I was in a wheelchair for a good time after that. But I wouldn't give up. When I could walk on 2 walking sticks, I could come back up here. I was surface foreman, and I was recovering. I think I could have, if I'd have sat in the house, I wouldn't have lasted long, because I always worked, and how it was in those days, if you didn't work, you didn't live.
Priddle. Started on a surface straight out of school. Waited till I was 16 before he could go underground. Spent 3 years underground on a training with different people, repairers. Alan was one of them. When he was 19, then you had to go to a union meeting to get your mark to go on the face, so you could go on the face and earn money. Spent a couple of years on the face and developments. Then went as a deputy. Finished my service underground as a deputy.
I've never seen comradeship anywhere else in my walk of life since I've left it or before it.
When you went into the pithead bars, you took your clean clothes off and got into your dirty clothes, and in your clean locker is where you left all the problems. Like, I used to play rugby, and you play rugby against boys. I'd worked in the pit as well, and on a Saturday, you know, rugby was a different game then. It was punching and kicking, but all I was left in the bars. It's like you said, John, when a comradeship in here,
marvellous, wasn't it?
You'll never find anywhere else.
What it was a buddy system, and sometimes your life could depend on the person that you were working with. I worked with a boarder. I worked in places, boarding bars and under big falls, where I had people watching for me that nothing's going to fall on me. But I couldn't tell myself because of the work that I was doing. I couldn't see nothing, hear nothing. I depend on other people, and that's what happened in the pits. You all learn to depend on one another.
Carry on a short distance to the 2 now capped shafts of BLAENSERCHAN Colliery. You can't miss them. They have been marked out with local bricks from local brickworks. See how many different brick companies you can find.